Spencer Israel, Joel Elconin with you for the last half hour of today's trading session. Things are, not disturbingly quiet, but they're just very quiet. I don't like it when things are quiet. Trading session, things are. I don't like it when things are quiet. I like volatility. I like when things are eventful, when they're exciting. We did have some excitement today with the release of the Fed minutes, but by and large, it is a very quiet day. If you just look at what's up and what's down, nothing is up. No sector is up or down more than 1% today. It's just one of those days. So, hey, more green on the screen. You like to see it. What's up, everyone in the chat? What's up, Happy, Easy, Moises, Frank, Zen Bullish? How we doing? I got Joel here, so let's bring him on and start at the close right now. All right, it is time for pre-market prep at the close.
3 consecutive highs, opened, matched yesterday's low, and then once it took out there, that's all the breakout momentum traders needed.
All right, Joel, give us your hot take on those 5 minutes. Go.
Bullish.
All right.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, I know this is kind of a slower day. Really not. We've got almost a 60-point range, but can they break this market? I mean, does it feel like it's just buy the dip mentality that has persisted forever? I mean, market can't shake it. And had a couple days we were on the ropes. We did sneak into the top of Monday's range. We have, I like to differentiate between the intraday ranges and the gap ranges. And the gap that we kind of had in the market was at 45.28. We got to 22.75, and I don't know what the heck they liked in those minutes, but we've become within 2 points of the pre-market high, 44.83. Don't have anything up there, really. 8-day close at 92.50, but I don't know. There's just a lot of money out there sloshing around, and it seems to be going into the markets, at least as we speak. We'll see Triple D if he'll say this is a rip to sell, but I don't know. I'm looking for dips to buy. Crude all over the map. I mean, holy macro. Got up to 95 and now back at 91, down 84 cents. You got to have some big pants to be trading those crude oil futures. Gold catching a bid at up 1810, 1874.30. Didn't quite hit that high from yesterday. Silver in the green by 29 cents. It's at 23.64. Bitcoin futures exactly flat on the session at 44,215, and Ethereum futures they're up 47.50 at the 31.70.50.
All right, let's just run through some of the highlights from this morning and the stocks that were in focus there, because we're seeing a lot of continuation today, Joel. Let's start with Shopify. It was down all morning, and we talked about how it's not the kind of environment where a stock like Shopify gets the benefit of the doubt, and it's not getting any benefit of the doubt today.
Why did someone rip that up at the over 960? I mean, it was a miss and a miss. I mean, I heard Dennis say something about adjusted on adjusted basis it was okay, but from the numbers I saw, man, I would not be hitting that up button. Well, here the down lower open of $50 turned out to be 15 cents from the high of the session. So if you were trying to buy the dip on that one, you found out very quickly that that was a wrong move. 720 is a low. I don't have anything for you. There was a monthly lower down at 702. We're getting a little bit of a bounce back at levels not seen since June of 2018. I mean, this stock is got close to 1,800 over 2-for-1 stock split, and what we've seen with some of these other stocks, maybe the bottom is not going to be in for another couple days. We did get a $20 bounce off the low, so that is the good news.
Yeah, all right. Let's. What about Roblox here? Same story, Rachel.
Yeah, good call by Michael Pachter yesterday here on Benzinga's pre-market prep. Kids Not, like when they were at home doing the homeschooling, maybe they were doing schooling, maybe on roadblocks. That's not the case. New all-time low by the hair of your chinny chin chin. As we speak, that former all-time low, 53.63, currently trading 53.08, or low is 53.08. So at least that one's finding support in an area that you thought it would find support, unlike shop till you drop.
Yeah. However, the one big story of this morning that in which the stock has not continued in its direction from the pre-market was Facebook, right? We talked about that at length on this morning's show. There was the article from the Wall Street Journal that Google was following suit and basically making it incredibly difficult for a company like Facebook to monetize their user base by tracking them throughout the internet or throughout the app universe on Android phones. So every app-based company got hit on that. Facebook was the leader, obviously, but Joel, if you're looking for a silver lining, I guess today is it, but it's not much of a silver lining.
And what do we talk about a lot? We talk about the pre-market action, right? And
Yep.
they're just pressing, they're pressing, they're pressing, they're pressing. They were pressing this all the way down to a pre-market low at 212.02. You never got a shot in that at the regular session. You bought 1282, and did you immediately bounce at 1280? Is that the low? Or did it go a little bit lower? 1236. Opened 1241, ticked 1236, and then turned around, filled the gap from yesterday. Couldn't get green on the session, but way off the pre-market lows. And let's see, maybe you test that area tomorrow and try and find a bottom in Facebook. I'm on the monthlies. I still don't have anything to you until 207.11, and didn't get to see that
What
today.
what about Upstart here? I gotta say, this one is a bit of a head scratcher to me because I understand that it was a great report, and
Hmm.
they blew it away on the EPS and the sales. Their Q1 sales guidance was good. Their fiscal year sales guidance, what I guess all right, it was all good there. Still, though, I feel like Upstart is the kind of stock that in this environment, we've seen stocks similar to this have a hard time holding gains. And they did have a hard time holding gains. It didn't. It gave up a good chunk of those gains in the pre-market, Joel, but it regained those. It gained them right back off after the opening bell. So I don't know. This moving against trend.
Actually, this one we were talking about, it just when it was just floating here, like 131, 132. I think Triple D said, "Hey, at least if you hold 130 here. These are difficult trades, on the opens and things like that with a much higher open. You had the little whoosh down, but it's one of those whoops trades when you came back up through the open of 137.20. You could have leaned on that low. But the other thing that I want to point out to our listeners here is look at the reaction high on the immediate number, right? After hours yesterday, 149.90. And so for all the jockeying, everything that they did, in a regular session, they get it up to 150, 150.10. So that's making good use of your pre-market levels. It would have been hard to buy it up that much, but those that were going with momentum were rewarded.
Yeah. I don't know. This is just one. Yeah, Zachary is noting that Upstart has it's a high PE stock. It's a growth stock. I mean, it's moving the same way every other growth stock is moving prior to today. So I really am curious to see how long these gains hold because I just don't seem
What
like
do they do?
what does Upstart do? We talked about this on Benzinga Live. They do loans, but it's sort of like in a firm. It's not quite like a firm because it's not buy now pay later, but it's the same type of like super quick access to loans. Uh,
Okay.
yeah. Speaking of a firm, how's a
Oh,
firm doing? Actually, and you know what stock I looked up today for the first time in a while? Joel, Zoom. I had no idea where Zoom was before I looked up
150?
138.
Holy mackerel. Well, you got someone lurking down here at 138. I mean, they've been lurking here trying to build a position. What's the low been? 134.70. So you do have some interest here between 134.70 and let's just call it 135. But man, you've seen these kind of charts before when you hang out too close to the low of the move. But it needs something new. I like Zoom. I use Zoom. I'm a Zoom subscriber, but I guess that not that many other people are.
I don't know, Joel. It stopped going down. Something to say for that.
Stop
Well,
going down a
not
lot.
not
Yeah.
not on the monthly it hasn't, but on the weekly and
Wow.
the daily it has. Uh,
Good old Zoom.
yeah.
You
Anyway,
know.
hey, looking ahead to the calendar to tonight, we'll be streaming the NVIDIA call. It's at 5:30 Eastern time, so we'll be streaming that call on Benzinga.com or YouTube.com/Benzinga. We have Cisco, Applied Materials, DoorDash, Fisker, Marathon Oil, TripAdvisor, all and Hyatt all tonight. I'm interested in the DoorDash report because I remember that Uber's report. I think I remember them talking up their Uber Eats division. So yeah, you would think that whatever like it would be a good idea, I guess, if you're interested in DoorDash to hop into that Uber press release or that Uber earnings conference call transcript and just like do a Control F search for Uber Eats and see what they said. And whatever they said, theoretically, should DoorDash should say the same thing, right? I would imagine.
Short's bringing it in ahead of the report. At least it looks like that. A bunch of lows in the same area. So if you're looking to, pick it up, oh, it's really close to those lows, huh? Wow. This would be one. Where's the low here? Boom, 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 boom. Let me move. Come on, cursor. The low of the move is 91.96. This is called $92. So maybe they smash it down like to 89 and change, and then somehow if they could come back above that old low, this is called 92. You got a shot on it. New high in the new inch. Nope, not quite an intraday high. We're telling you, we're gunning for that Globex high, 44.83, folks. It's 6 handles away. I don't know. I mean, potential support here on the upside. Who knows if you get a spike up to 109.72? That's your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 day high. But you guys know what I think about the Grubhub, man. I don't want the guy, dipping into my French fries or whatever, or paying an extra $5. Get off your butt and go get your
I don't know.
order.
I'm never worried about that. I worry about the food being cold and the fees and the fact that they're not good. They basically they bleed these local businesses dry by cutting into their profits. But
Yeah.
the driver sticking his or her paws into my food has never really concerned me. Okay, so Happy in the chat, Happy and Easy talking about how Bitcoin is having a quietly good month. You know who's not convinced? Charlie Munger. His annual meeting is today for his daily journal company, DJCO, and he's been talking for the past couple hours. And he has not changed. If you're wondering if he's changed his mind on Bitcoin, the answer is no, hard no on Charlie Munger and Bitcoin. He still thinks it's a giant fraud, but Bitcoin has, yes, quietly had a very good month here. So
It has. It's got a green bar going for the month. We're halfway through. They say Munger crushed it. I didn't see that price action. Inside month though, that's interesting. You guys are probably sick of me talking about this 45.5, 46 area. I mean, you had all the lows that was holding up after you came off the 70K level hub. So starting to build bids up near the resistance. And there, if you clear out the recent high has been pretty close to 46, right? 45,905. But how can you argue if that breaks above 46,000 that there's more run on the upside?
I also saw that quote, Darren, that crypto investors want to get rich quick and not do anything good for society. Though, and Charlie Munger is infinitely smarter than I am. How is that different than any other kind of investing, though. A lot of people buy stocks to get rich quick. So not sure how that's different than other asset classes or gold or NFTs or oil or whatever. So
lottery tickets.
Lottery tickets. There you go, Joel. Lottery tickets. Good call out. So we got 15 minutes left in the session here, and things still remain relatively quiet. You've got your communication services trading down, but every other sector is in the green today. You've got like 60% of the market in positive territory, but nothing really up that much. The largest gainer in the S&P, I guess. All right, so Generac is the exception. Generac
What's going on with Generac?
having a great day of 14%. But if you take away Generac, there really is not a lot. It's up a lot, frankly. I mean,
earnings, right, for Generac.
Why is Generac up today? Let me holler at my Benzinga Pro. And yes, it was earnings out this morning. But okay, so the numbers were good. This is what's always impossible to tell, right? So the numbers are fine, right? They beat and they beat. Very difficult to say, though, what that will mean for the short-term price action. Obviously, if you had shown me those numbers this morning and said, oh, okay, Generac reported earnings per share 11 cents above the estimate and sales, what is that, 50, oh my gosh, 50,000, no, $50 million. Sorry, I can't read. $15 million above the estimate. Not huge beats, and yet it's the biggest gainer in the S&P today. So
something to buy. You know what I mean? A beaten down stock, good report. What wasn't there a stock that did this yesterday too? That off earnings that wasn't super
yesterday?
What was it? Yeah, I can't remember. There was a stock that the earnings were what it was, and it really took off. But no, I mean, I this one has 2-day move written all over it, right? Kind of a quiet day yesterday, a gap and go. Um, let's see here. I'd say your next target on the upside is a pair of highs, like around 330. Oh, I see a few other ones here. 2388 could be a potential target. Didn't quite get there today. Then things closing up closer to 330. So good candidate for a 2-day move.
I also want to, and then after I do this, we'll do some tickers from the chat, but I want to look at TripAdvisor here, TRIP.
Oh, yeah.
Only because they report tonight, and broadly speaking, the reopening trade has continued to be strong today. You can look at Booking.com and the cruise lines and the airlines, but TripAdvisor has earnings tonight, and it's been the dog of the group. So I'm very curious to see how this one behaves tomorrow.
It's got a good area to keep an eye on if you're looking for more upside on this one. 3044, Nov 18th high. A few days ago, 3048. Couldn't quite get there today, so you got a firm seller there at 30, the 3050 area. Above that, it opens up. Coming back on the downside, down 63 cents. Maybe you take a stab at this low, $1.50 away, 28.13, and then you work your way into the 27 handle. But this just doesn't seem to be the best in breed in the, in the travel sector. What did Expedia do? Did that keep on going? Let's see, EXPE. They had earnings, right? Oh, I just got rid of my chart. How did I do that? Give me 1 second here. Let me get my chart back for EXPE. Come on, my system's a little slow here. I'm locking it up with all these great quotes. There we go. 1 second, folks. That's what happened when you accidentally close the window. Boom. Let me get back to my daily here. EXPE.
Yeah.
There we go. New all time? No. Oh, I gotta link it. Man, oh man. I hate when I make mistakes. All right. One last time. EXP. That only took 5 minutes. New all-time high, no man's land, strong 2-day move up 207. We'll be keeping an eye on whatever that close is today because that will be a new all-time closing high. Can you believe it?
No, actually, I can't. New is that true for Expedia today? New all-time closing high?
Yes, yes.
Holy moly!
And
Wow.
that's what bookings
All right.
never talk about that anymore. It's
So
like
so so the two big dogs of the group were TripAdvisor and Trivago, TRIP and TRVG. For whatever reason, those two, and I'm not intimately familiar with the businesses there, but they were the dogs, and Booking and Trip, no, Booking and Expedia were the two leaders. Um, so I don't
stick
know,
with the leaders and don't go for the
probably,
laggers.
probably
Um, you know who also is having a good day?
no.
Airbnb. Did you ever buy that, Spencer?
Yeah, I bought that in the one oh man. I bought it I think in the 150s, I think.
Nice.
I think. I was up a lot and then I was down and now I'm back. Yeah, that thing came all the way back from like 210 to 140 right in my face, but yeah, I don't intend to sell it, but yeah.
Good. You stuck your head over 190. Wow, look at this bottom and put it in the head of the report. Someone had a great, wow, 165. Not much here. I mean, you got to be thinking, boy, this has been a big run off that January low. So maybe you just hang out for a couple days, consolidate. But there's not much in the 190 handle. Today, 190, 173. Let's see if it did back off $4 from that. So over $4. So it looks like maybe you got a little bit of temporary high, need to do a little bit of consolidation. How did this get near the close? I got a couple bucks below the close, 180.07. I got to 178, but yeah, if you take a couple bucks worth of heat there.
Yeah.
The close was a pretty good buy off a good report. We're in the 40, we're printing 44.80 now. Didn't see what the imbalances were. I think it's a very good day for the market.
Okay, let's do some ticker time. Drop your tickers for us in the chat, and we will discuss. We discussed Roblox about 20 minutes ago or so. So just rewind the stream and
Yeah,
come
I don't
back
know what to tell you about
to
Roblox,
our
man.
Roblox discussion. What about someone just dropped one in there? Someone dropped. Oh
Give
yeah.
me a
Oh,
good
oh yeah.
one.
No, Jack asked if there was any news on the DOJ investigation of short sellers. Well, they did raid Carson Block's offices today, and weirdly enough, there was a short report out today on the stock ticker AI. It's from it was from Spruce Point. We've had them on the show before. They've been tweeting all day about AI and how bad that company is. Now stock's already down 90% from its highs or whatever. But if I were a short seller, I would definitely be pulling punches right now with the DOJ knocking on doors or I should say kicking doors down probably. But yeah, that's an ongoing
Yeah, I
thing.
don't know, man. These guys are, they do what they do. They didn't
Yeah,
probably get the desired effect. Here's obviously when the report came out.
yeah.
Uh, I'm not if I wouldn't be trying to pick a bottom in this one, I'd set an alert for like 25.80. That's the area of the last three highs, and then things open up for nearly a stick to 26.57. So I don't know about the report. I don't know about what their position was. But I wouldn't want to be shorted if it took out 25.80, just about
Oh,
90
wait, I
cents.
have one more thing, and then we'll do some tickers from the chat because now they're flying. But can we look at space today, Joe? Because we looked at space yesterday, and I said basically like if you're gonna buy this from the long side, you better have a tight stop. And from the short side, who the heck? It can go to 20 in your face, but it didn't today, Joel. It's getting back a good chunk of those gains. So
Yeah, it give it back some. That was a big gain.
yeah,
Uh, what you noticed off this, if you were following this early off the open, big volume day yesterday, 182.5 million, or at 182.2. So you need to find more buyers, right, at these levels to keep
yeah.
the trade going. You did not get to the close early. That was a little bit of a tell. You opened lower. You tried to rally. You came up short of the close. So everyone that was looking through the follow through the next day didn't get it. I couldn't tell you what there was at 969 to get the to get the bounce here, but it is an inside day. So we'll keep an eye on those parameters tomorrow, 969 and 1050. But you're right. Did not get the follow through. Not a big 2 day move. Didn't give it all back. But that close from yesterday looming large at 1074.
All right, a few tickers from the chat. Let's hit on those for the next 5 or so minutes. Let's start with Devon Energy. So DVN here, they had earnings out. So a few things here. They had earnings out last night, which is why the stock is higher because they had a beat and they raised and they announced a $1.6 billion buyback. So that was last night, and then they got some positive commentary on CNBC today. But then Jim Cramer in his investing service came out with some commentary this afternoon, and I'll be honest with you, I don't know what the commentary was. I only know that it's commentary. I don't know if it was good or bad. I do know though that I saw that commentary. I saw the tweet about it, and the tweet it was about an hour ago, and that's when the stock started selling off here. So whatever, either people are doing the opposite of what Jim Cramer's doing, or whatever he said in that alert sent the stock down.
Let's see here. What do we have? What do we have? What do we have? What do we have? Very important number here. Your February 2nd close of 53.24, right? And it looks like you're going to post, with all the zigging and zagging in this area, you're going to post a new if you can hold up here, post a new all-time closing high. That's a good number. I just don't like the way you backed off from that high, right? Now you're over $2 off the high. That's going to make people think, oh, I'm not going to get 55.70 tomorrow. I don't know if they're going to reload at 54. There was a big seller at $54 area for a couple days. But double close right here, new all-time closing high.
All right, what else did y'all have for us here? Corsair. We can talk about Corsair, Kaylee. Corsair is being added to the S&P Small Cap 600 Index. I don't know how big a deal that is. I don't know how much money is tied. Indexes are only as important as the amount of assets that are tied to those indexes via index funds. I don't know how many assets track the S&P Small Cap 600 Index, but that's what Corsair is joining here. That news hit last night, and I know it's up a lot today, but
24. You got to get through 24, Kaylee. 23.99. That was your high yesterday. 23.98 today. Backed off a little bit. Respect 24. This is kind of a one-off as far as the news goes. So very important this gets through 24 tomorrow. Then you see things open up before 24 and 26. If people turn on this tomorrow and it takes out this low, you got about a buck 35 gap down to 21.64. But get it to 24 tomorrow. I'll be cheering for you.
And then I'm someone in the chat asked about Nightscope. I'm going to put my link. I had the CEO of Nightscope on Benzinga Live today. I'm going to drop that link in the chat if you missed that. KSCP is the stock. I don't know. It's totally viral.
Crazy.
Totally viral. There's no very, very, very difficult to play, but check out the interview. I just put the link up there. Let's do one more. We have 30.
What about their buyout offer? Didn't someone put in there was a buyout offer?
That was bull. That was Twitter.
That was Twitter. That was Twitter.
BS. Okay, that was Twitter BS. Let's do one more quick. Let's look at let's go. Come on, Spencer. Go. What about I'm freezing up here. Fuel cell. It's like a fuel cell. That's the first one.
All those stocks you go to fuel cell.
I don't know. Sorry.
Ooh, it's interesting. It's interesting. Boom. 552, 557, setting up right there. Not too worried about closing right near the high. Tight range. Buyers on the close, 550. Let's get above. I mean, this is such a slow mover, but get above 550, hold. Looks good.
Oh, man. All right. Final tallies. We closed Green in the S&P and in the Russell, Dow and NASDAQ. Let's just go ahead and call it flat here. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to call it flat right now. More green on your screen. Tech and communication services closing down today. Everything else in the green. That'll be a wrap for Joel and I here today. We'll catch you guys tomorrow morning on Pre-Market Prep. I'm going to end this show now. Christopher Yule is doing backtesting his strategies. That's going to start right now. We're going to end this show, redirect to Christopher Yule. So stay tuned for that. Hit that like button, everyone. Sign up to become a member on Benzinga's YouTube page. Get custom emojis, and we'll be adding some more stuff down the line there. But check it out, youtube.com/Benzinga. Check out Benzinga Pro while you're there. Pro.benzinga.com. Free 2-week trial. Check it out. Seriously, it's that guy right there. Just, yep, that guy. Pro.benzinga.com. All right, I got to hop here. Everyone have a great rest of your day, and catch you tomorrow.